magnetic fields
Right.
are pushing in on that area.
I don't see magnetic fields. I see those spheres.
Would be magnetism. What does magnetism do? It expands
But
out.
what brings you to the
No.
conclusion
Radiation.
that electric...
Well, let's say radiated field. Let me use the term
Do you know
radiated
do you know
field.
what we think electricity and magnetism are?
You think that it's the same thing,
No.
part of the same force.
What
They
do
have
you-
them
what do
coupled
you
together.
think? Jamie, could I ask you to find a Faraday tensor?
Yeah, what I was trying to get to the conclusion, like magnetism and electricity, like what brings you to this definitive conclusion that you can so clearly state that this is what's happening there?
Well, based upon any time there's an electric force acting on something, it causes a cavity. Electricity is always pulling in from the inside. It's always trying to tighten the density.
And you assume this energy exists in the flower of life. Why?
Because that's where all those circles, the overlapping circles, they represent the magnetic field. They represent the radiative field that's
Why?
coming out and coming back. Well, why does a bubble take the shape of a ball? Why not a square or a triangle? What's the why does it expand
A
into
bubble,
a sphere?
A sphere is an abstraction that is going to be the solution to many different problems. If I ask you to give me the maximum possible volume with the minimum possible area, I'm going to get a sphere. You're going to find helices over and over and over again because you can't really have nature stop finding the structure. It doesn't belong to any instantiation of the system. And so everything is going to rhyme. Now, your big problem is that everything rhymes to you because you know a lot of stuff and you know a lot of similarities. Your brain's very good at that. And what your brain is not very good at is pruning the amount of rhymes that it sees.
Well, what I'm saying is this is defining all motion. We just define the motion behind a boat. We just define that other aspect. And remember, I was saying about the Huntian being a massless particle. It only exists as a result of these 4 to 8 tetraons pushing down because of pressure. The moment that these 8 tetraons disappear, that interior space, it's no longer there.
Okay.
The moment that disappears. So
I don't know how to stop you from doing this. Because
I hate doing that. Well, I hate you stopping me from doing what I'm not supposed to be doing.
No, I don't. Terry, I'm so far out over my skis. I promise you what the internet is going to say the next day about me is, Eric Weinstein sees blah, blah, blah.
Don't read the internet. Stop reading the damn internet. But the Earth isn't precisely circular, right?
No. It's a 5 mile.
The number of electric things are balanced, they cancel out, and therefore it's the weak force. And to me, it's just like super cool stuff, and then suddenly turns into horseshit.
But listen, why? Here we have. I'll put it up.
Like entanglement, the multiverse, these Boltzmann brains, whatever. And people have been talking about them ever since because it was a very successful tour. Much of the coolest stuff in mathematics and physics that's completely established, that's non-speculative, is not discussed, and I don't know why. And one of the things I tried to do is I tried to show you the Hopf vibration. I tried to do the thing about the Dirac string trick. Terence is bringing cool stuff from the world of geometry. It's a proof, effectively, that people don't know where it's coming from. A lot of this is real as geometry. If you look at the thing that he calls the Taranton, right?
The tetrian.
The
tetrian is
the tetrian.
The tetrian is just
so the tetrian that is the thing that is closest to us, the black thing that is closest to us.
That
one. So he then starts to make noises about it, and he says things that I don't love, which are that those faces he associates with the electric field, and the vertices, which sometimes he calls vortices, and sometimes I'm not quite sure, he associates with the magnetic field.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a clue why he says the next thing, which is, and because the number of magnetic and the number of electric things are balanced, they cancel out, and therefore it's the weak force. And to me, it's just like super cool stuff, and then suddenly turns into horseshit.
Well, listen why. Here
Okay.
we have this, those two tetraons on the end. They both have equal poles, 4 electric poles and 4 magnetic poles, according to how I see it. Where magnetism is spinning off of the tips, the vortices, because it's no longer able to maintain that center space of spinning centripetally.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, what brought you to that conclusion?
With what?
The way you're describing the energy involved in this.
Well, anytime you look at electricity, that was one of the things that Victor Schauberger was talking about. Electricity it's when water starts to spin to the right, it cools down. That's the natural nature of electricity. Electricity is colder. It flows better in the coldest environment. So as it's cooling down, as it's spinning down to a higher point, trying to get to that higher point, that's the highest point there. It's looking for the highest density. That's the north. North is always the highest density. South, no matter where you are, south is always away from the higher point when you're talking about universally, not talking about geographically on the earth. North is always seeking a higher position. South is always seeking a lower position. That's based upon stuff that Walter Russell talked about, based upon the stuff that Victor Schauberger talked about. But it's a problem with the definition of the words, the terms.
Right, but your description of electro...
All right, Shalom, this is Gamali Allah, out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. This is Gamali Allah out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, as well as Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. It's a quick lesson. It's going to be dealing with Terrence Howard. Now, what you saw, I want to name this When Pride Gets Humbled. All right, and what you saw was this guy, Terrence Howard, which I did a lesson on maybe a couple weeks ago about pride of knowledge and how knowledge will have you fooled. Okay? So this guy, Terrence Howard, he gets on this Joe Rogan podcast again, and he's talking about, I don't know. It's deeper than my understanding as far as mathematics and, in-depth science topics. It's a little bit deeper than my understanding of it, but he gets in with this. Joe Rogan pulls in this high-level mathematician, and he's cutting him. If you watch it, dude is just cutting him, bar for bar. And so, but this is the issue with pride, okay? Because I did the lesson. This guy, Terrence Howard, he's convinced in his own mind. He believes what he believes wholeheartedly. He has explanations. He has big words. He has everything, evidence, so-called evidence, to back up his points. But if you don't know any better, you'll get caught up in there. You'll be like, damn, man, this nigga's deep. You'll be like, damn, you know what? This nigga knows what he's talking about. But that's the same thing. We've seen it with Polite. We've seen it with Brother Polite, and look at where he's at. We've seen it with what's the other guy? What's his name? It's another dude in the conscious community. It'll come to me. But there's been plenty of conscious community guys. If y'all know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. He's one of them dudes. But they will profess to know, like, hey man, I know, they know the secrets of every fucking thing, the universe. They know the fucking size of the earth to the centimeter, and they know every fucking thing, man. They will profess to know the secrets, but only YAHAWAHSHI knows the secrets, man. When you read Second Ezra, or just Ezra's in general, the Lord humbles Ezra, and he goes into certain things like, humbling Ezra, man. Like you don't know everything, man. The Lord knows everything. The the sands of the sea, the amount of hairs on your head. Just to name a few examples mentioned in the scriptures. The Lord knows, so many things, man. Hey, you can't out knowledge the Lord and His wisdom and His knowledge. But Jake will try to fucking you have this guy Terrence Howard. He thinks he knows every fucking thing, man. But this mathematician is cutting him. He's going in, man. He said, I don't know what you're talking about, man. He's cutting him, and Terrence Howard got humbled. He got humbled, bro. If you watch this video, he got humbled because he was talking about things that he really had no true understanding of. He was using vernacular, and this is the problem with using vernacular and using things that don't make no sense, man. Jake will do things. Jake will say things say things to try to sound deep, but this shit don't make no sense, man. What are you talking about? The guy say I have no clue what you're talking about, and this is a mathematician. But Terrence Howard uses a lot of, deep, big words and a lot of deep concepts, and he tries to tie it into his points, but it just don't hit. And I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't know, the basis of what he's talking about, because he mentions a lot of different people, study by so and so and this and that. But I do know this guy who's cutting him he's a expert on math and whatever the hell he's an expert on. But that's pride. Okay? That's pride. Alright. So let's get I think let me see. Select you. Bear with me one moment.
So I'm going to get this. This is Proverbs 11:2. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but the lowly is wisdom. Okay, yeah, because this dude brought shame upon himself. He's looking foolish among this mathematician expert. And he like I said, he's getting cut, man. Let's get this. Luke 14:11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Yeah, because if you exalt, this guy is exalting himself, man. He's exalting himself. He's thinking that he knows everything, and he's discovered some type of new knowledge and things of that nature. But he's being abased. Okay, he's being confounded and debunked. Okay, he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. All right, and so that's when you're humble, man, hey, the Lord will exalt you, man. You don't even really gotta, there's another precept that says, let other men esteem you. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. see. I don't know if this is it. This is it. Yeah. Well, this kind of goes into it, Luke 16 and 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but Yahweh knoweth your hearts, for that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of Yahweh. Okay, yeah, so, don't esteem yourself, man. Those that are highly esteemed is an abomination. Just like the saying goes, the Lord is a jealous power. So, you don't want to sit in the chief seat, man. Don't exalt yourself too highly. You want to sit in the seat of the lowly and the meek. All right, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to end off on that, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWHASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.